Deep under the mesas of Los Alamos, where desert winds whispered ancient secrets, a new kind of silence was forged, one filled with equations, dread, and impossible ambition. Scientists from every corner of the Allied world gathered under false identities. They spoke softly in code, scribbling theories that glowed like embers in dim-lit laboratories. They did not see themselves as creators of destruction. They saw themselves as gatekeepers of a future that could not be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. And on a July morning in 1945, when the first atomic fireball rose like a second sun, the desert floor trembled, not from the explosion, but from the knowledge that the world had changed forever. Inside German submarines and command bunkers, the Enigma machine clacked like mechanical teeth, each keystroke a secret swallowed by the machine's spinning rotors. Officers believed it unbreakable, a perfect clockwork labyrinth guarding the Reich's every move. But across the channel, in a quiet English estate called Bletchley Park, a different battle raged, one of wits, mathematics, and endurance. Here, cryptographers raced against time, coffee, and exhaustion. Every intercepted message was a duel. Every cracked code saved lives the codebreakers would never meet. The Enigma was a machine of secrets. Bletchley Park was a factory of revelations. The desert of Nevada holds many mysteries, but few as silent as the obsidian-winged phantom that first slipped into the night sky. Engineers whispered of angles that bent radar waves, of a shadow that could disappear at will. Its shape resembled a creature from another world, sleek, predatory, impossibly smooth. When the B-2 Spirit lifted into the air, even the ground crew felt it. This was not just an aircraft. It was an omen. It flew where enemies watched the sky and saw nothing. At the dawn of the Cold War, before satellites pierced the heavens, the U-2 became humanity's first true angel of espionage. High above the clouds where the air thins and light sharpens, the slender-winged aircraft soared beyond reach. From that height, nations looked small. The world looked fragile. Pilots trained to breathe slowly, to think slowly, to accept the loneliness of a sky where no other life existed. They flew alone, but their cameras carried the weight of nations. Every photograph was a truth the world wasn't supposed to see. There are fast aircraft, and then there was the Blackbird, a machine that outran fire itself. When it roared down the runway, air turned to plasma along its skin. The pilots became symbiotes of speed, strapped into pressure suits like explorers on an alien world. Missiles were launched at it. None ever caught it. The SR-71 didn't simply fly, it escaped, and every time it returned with photos, maps, or proof, the world below learned what it never could have seen on its own. In underground factories carved from stone, engineers in Germany built a weapon that defied every rule of warfare. It climbed straight into the heavens and fell with the fury of the gods. Cities heard no warning, only the final echo of arrival. But the V-2 was more than terror. It was prophecy. From its lineage came the rockets that carried satellites, astronauts, and dreams into space. A weapon became a stepping stone to the stars. They were artists, magicians, sound engineers, soldiers who carried paintbrushes as weapons. Their mission, to deceive an entire enemy army. Inflatable tanks baked in the sun like silent balloons of war. Giant speakers rumbled with the recorded march of phantom battalions. From afar, the illusion was perfect, close enough to see. The enemy never got that far. The ghost army fought with imagination. And imagination won. Inside the nose of Allied bombers, the Norden bomb site rested like a sacred artifact. Bombardiers treated it with reverence, unlocking it only in mid-air like priests unveiling a relic. Through its glass, the world below sharpened. Roads, rivers, railways, all lining up in perfect geometry. For a moment, war felt like mathematics, cold, calculated, and unnervingly precise. Hidden in a secret British hut, humming with electric breath, stood the first true digital giant, Colossus. Wires tangled like neural pathways, tubes glowed like scattered fires in the night. It was not born to calculate equations. It was built to chase whispers, the encrypted commands of an empire at war. Colossus was the first machine to think faster than humans, and in its electrical heartbeat, the age of computing began. Its angles were sharp enough to wound shadows. Its skin drank radar waves like ink on a dark page. The F-117 was never meant to be pretty. It was meant to be unseen. When it took off under starless skies, it became a rumor, a ghost, a shape only noticed after the mission was done. Precision bombs fell like silent punctuation marks, ending a sentence the world never heard. In a hidden German hangar, two brothers sketched the future. Their aircraft had no tail, no fuselage, just a swooping wing like a bird of iron. It was years ahead of its time, a whisper of what stealth might one day become. Test pilots described it as strange, elegant, almost gentle, until it roared to life, slicing through the air like a blade drawn from another century. On the surface, it looked like a mining vessel. Below decks, it hid one of the greatest gambles of the Cold War. Commissioned by the CIA under a veil of corporate misdirection, the Glomar Explorer was built to retrieve the unretrievable, a lost Soviet submarine lying miles beneath the ocean. Its mechanical claws descended into the abyss, blind and hopeful. Some secrets surfaced, some stayed with the deep, and the world never knew, until long after the mission ended.